is Trivia for Kids, where it's not just for adults anymore. Hello, and welcome to Trivia for Kids.
Hello, everybody. Casey here.
And Ren.
And we are excited to bring you episode number
19.
And today is what day, Ren? She already forgot.
Oh, Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. It has been such an awesome Mother's Day. Dan and the kids have treated me like a queen. It's been very good. So thank you for breakfast and what else did you do? Church and lunch and
Supper.
Well, we had cereal for supper, but
Oh, right.
So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about moms, okay? Do you think you want to be a mom someday?
Yes.
And how many kids do you think you want to have?
3.
Why 3?
Because I think it'd be easier to keep track.
Then if you had 1 or 7?
Yes.
And what do you think the most important thing that moms do is?
Care for their children.
Oh, that's a good answer. What is your favorite thing to do with your mom?
Play games or go places.
Like what kind of places?
I don't know, faraway places.
Far away? Well, now we're going to talk to your sister for a minute. You and her are going to split the podcast tonight. So we'll talk to you in one of the rounds.
Okay.
And now here's
Quinn.
Hi, Quinn. How are you?
I'm good. And how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for helping us tonight.
No problem.
Hey, girl, we are talking about Mother's Day, and I had asked Ren if she wanted to be a mom someday. Do you want to be a mom someday?
Yes.
And how many kids do you think you'd like to have?
2, 3, or 4.
2, 3, or 4, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of whatever God gives you.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a good attitude. So what's your favorite thing to do with your mom?
I can't put it on one thing. Everything, pretty much.
What are you most excited to do coming up with your mom?
Going to Wicked.
Yes, I'm so excited.
She's convincing me that Wicked is really good. So, yeah. Here goes nothing.
Yeah, you'll see.
Because I really love the musical Hairspray. So, yeah.
You just love musicals, don't you?
I love music in general.
Yep. All right. You ready to get some categories done?
Let's do it.
Oh, wait.
The
What
joke of the
about the
week?
joke of the week?
How does the moon cut its hair?
No idea.
Eclipse it.
Eclipse it. That's a good one.
I like that one.
All right. Thanks for the joke. Ready to go?
Yep. Let's get started.
Here's how the show works. Trivia for Kids consists of 5 rounds with 7 questions each. We will announce the answers at the end of each round. Each new round will have a different category. After the 5th round, we will have the final exam, which will test you on the toughest questions we have covered in the previous rounds. Everyone ready? Let's get started.
Round 1. The category is primates. Question 1. What ape is known for having orange tinted fur? Question 2. Which island is the only place in the world that lemurs can be found in the wild? Question 3. A wide, teeth-bared grin is a signifier of what emotion in chimpanzees? Question 4. What percentage of primates are endangered or critically endangered? 23%, 33%, or 43%? Question 5. Which type of primate is the largest? Question 6. Around what percentage of common DNA do humans and chimpanzees share? Question 7. What body parts do monkeys have that great apes do not? And now the answers to round 1. Question 1. What ape is known for having an orange tinted fur?
The orangutan.
So, is it orangutan or orangutan?
I just say orangutan because that's how I know it.
Well, yeah, I have always said orangutan too, but there's no G at the end.
Orangutan. Orangutan just doesn't have that ring.
Right. I think because rang and tang rhyme, you just want to say orangutan, but I think it is orangutan. Question 2. Which island is the only place that lemurs can be found in the wild?
Madagascar. Lemurs are endemic to this island. That means that they can only be found there and nowhere else. Madagascar is an island in the Indian Ocean off the coast of Mozambique.
Mozambique.
And
do you know where that is?
In Sioux Falls.
It's not in Sioux Falls. It is on the southern part of Africa.
Ooh.
I like to move it. I like to move it.
More music for y'all.
Yep. Madagascar. All the movies were pretty funny.
My favorites are the penguins.
We should do a Madagascar category sometime.
We should.
Question 3. A wide, teeth-bared grin is a signifier of what emotion in chimpanzees?
Fear. A relaxed and happy chimpanzee will be sitting calmly with their lower lip hanging loosely. It's like, I'm smiling, really nervous.
The smile is not real. I'm nearly terrified. Well, that is interesting. So if you see a monkey smiling, it probably means that they're scared, not happy.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I always thought that they were like, hi, I'm going to show you my grin.
Question 4. What percentage of primates are endangered or critically endangered? 23%, 33%, or 43%?
43%. Primates are under the highest threat level of any larger group of mammals and are amongst the most threatened vertebrates, as well as the 43% that are endangered or critically endangered. Another 20% are classified as vulnerable. The lemurs are amongst the most at risk.
So this is really sad because, like I told you, lemurs are only found in Madagascar. And Madagascar is an island, so it's all surrounded by water. And the people that live there and people that are coming in there are cutting down trees and starting to make room for humans. What that does is it takes away their homes and their natural environments and their food. And then there just can't be as many lemurs because there's no place for them and no food for them to eat.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It is.
Because lemurs are so cool.
They are. They look like a skinny version of a raccoon.
That's a good point. They kind of do. Question 5. Which primate is the largest?
Gorillas.
Question 6. Around what percentage of common DNA do humans and chimpanzees share?
96%. Chimpanzees are humans' closest genetic relatives, sharing about 96% of the same DNA sequencing.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. I knew they were like really smart and like we're the second or third most smart animal. But really?
Only 4% different from humans. That's hard to believe.
Yeah, and the banana has like 9% of the DNA that a human does or something.
That's true. We learned about
like,
that too, didn't we? Question 7. What body parts do monkeys have that great apes do not?
tails. So if you want to tell two different monkeys apart, or great apes, just look at if they have a tail.
Yeah. So great apes can't hang from their tails like monkeys can in trees. That's too bad. I bet they'd probably like to.
Wow.
Round 2. The category is The Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Question 1. What is the name of Roderick's band? Question 2. What is the only way of defending yourself from getting the cheese touch? Question 3. Manny's nickname for Greg is what? Question 4. What part does Greg get in the school play? Question 5. Greg gets mad at Rowley for taking credit for their comic, but what do the characters say at the end of each strip? Question 6. Who writes and illustrates the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books? Question 7. What is Rowley's last name? And now the answers to round numero dos. Question 1. What is the name of Roderick's band?
Loaded Diaper.
What a terrible band name. Do you think it's a good name?
No.
What would you name your band if you had a band?
Something else than Loaded Diaper.
Yeah, Loaded Diaper is a gross name. Question 2. What is the only way of defending yourself from getting the cheese touch?
Crossing your fingers. In the movie, though, you really can't unget it. You just have to touch the cheese, and then you'll get the cheese touch.
So, for the people who don't know, what is the cheese touch?
It all started when someone threw a piece of cheese on the playground, and if someone touched it, they would get the cheese touch, and you have to pass it out to someone else. And there was a kid that had the cheese touch, and he moved back to where he was from.
So then he was always stuck with the cheese touch, and so someone else touched the cheese.
Which was Greg Heffley.
Yes, Greg Heffley was the next one with the cheese touch.
But then Rowley ate the cheese touch.
That's right, I forgot
and
he ate the cheese.
And probably he's going to cut the cheese the next day.
Question 3. Manny's nickname for Greg is what?
Bubby.
Question 4. What part does Greg get in the school play?
A tree.
And what did he do as a tree? He got to throw apples at who?
Dorothy.
Who was which girl? His nemesis, Patty, right?
Patty something. I forgot her last name.
Question 5. Greg gets mad at Rowley for taking credit for their comic. But what do the characters say at the end of each strip?
Zoo-wee mama.
I love Rowley. He is just the cutest little bugger. And he says funny things like, Zoo-wee mama.
Greg's actually the one that came up with that, though.
Oh, he is?
Mm-hmm.
So then why
because he makes up the script, and it was in a crumpled ball, and it said, oh no, I stepped in a puddle. At least it's not an acid puddle. Oh, it is an acid puddle. Zooey mama. Greg wrote that, and then Rowley wrote something else and copied it up because that was in a ball. And Greg said that he didn't want it, so he threw it away. And then Rowley took it out of the trash, and he used the Zooey mom idea, and then he got.
Oh, he was popular because of that, and Greg was mad. Oh, I didn't know that was the backstory. Interesting. Question 6. Who writes and illustrates the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books?
Jeff Kinney.
He's written a lot. There's a lot of Diary of a Wimpy Kid books.
16.
He's a very talented gentleman. Keep up the good work, Mr. Kinney. Question 7. What is Rowley's last name?
Rowley Jefferson.
Rowley Jefferson. Zooey mama. Round 3. The category is red. Question 1. This item can be green or golden, but it is most often red. You eat it and it has seeds, and it grows on a tree. What is this red item? Question 2. This item is a fruit that many people put on top of ice cream sundaes. They grow on trees, and in fact, it was rumored that George Washington chopped down a tree that this item is found on. What is this red fruit? Question 3. This flower can come in many colors, but the most common color is red. It's in a poem. Blank are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. What are these red flowers? Question 4. What type of animal is Clifford, the famous big red character from books? Question 5. When an important or famous person arrives somewhere, there is a phrase about rolling out something red to welcome them. What kind of red thing is it? Question 6. True or false? A red-eye flight is one where you travel on a plane during the time that most people are asleep. Question 7. Which gemstone is the birthstone of the month of July and is well known for most commonly being red? And now, round 3 answers. Question 1. This item can be green or golden, but they are mostly red. You eat it and it has seeds, it grows on a tree, and what is this red item?
An apple.
You love apples.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
What is your favorite kind of apple? There's so many different types. Red Delicious, Granny Smith,
I think I like the red
Fuji.
delicious. I like the red delicious.
Honey Crisp,
Or honey
Gala, Pink Lady.
Green apple?
I am not a fan of green apples. I don't like sour things.
I like green apples.
Question 2. This item is a fruit that many people put on top of ice cream sundaes. They grow on trees, and it was rumored that George Washington chopped down a tree that this item is found on. What is this red fruit?
Cherries. I like cherries. I do not like the pits, however.
Question 3. This flower can come in many colors, but the most common color is red. It's in a poem. Blank are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. What are these red flowers?
Roses. I thought it was roses are red, violets are blue. I really like you, and I hope you do too, or something.
Oh, there's a lot of different variations to this poem. Most of them are romantic. Some of them are silly. Question 4. What type of animal is Clifford, the famous big red character from books?
A dog or a puppy. It's actually a puppy, but it grew super, super, super fast, so...
And super huge. Like, Clifford sits on the ground and can look out or look into the second-story window of Emily Elizabeth's house. That's a big dog. How much food do you think he eats?
Like, maybe a ham or two.
A couple of hams just for one meal?
Yeah. And breakfast, maybe like 13 bowls of cereal, normal size.
That's a good guess. Question 5. When an important or famous person arrives somewhere, there's a phrase about rolling out something red to welcome them. What kind of red thing is it?
A carpet. I wish it was a magic carpet, but it's unfortunately not.
Have you ever heard of roll out the red carpet?
Yep.
Question 6. True or false? A red-eye flight is one where you travel on a plane during the time when most people are asleep.
True.
Did you know that? If you're going to take a red-eye flight, it's usually overnight. Like if you fly from New York to Los Angeles on a red-eye, it'll be like midnight to 5 a.m. or something.
Oh. Make sure you get some sleep, red-eye travelers.
Question 7. Which gemstone is the birthstone of the month of July and is well known for most commonly being the color red?
A ruby. Believe it or not, my birthday's in July. What?
You and Dad's is.
Yeah.
Here were the July birthdays of the family with your ruby gem or birthstones.
Yep.
Round 4. The category is Disney villains. Dun, dun, dun. Question 1. Who eats 5 dozen eggs every single day? Question 2. Who is terrified of crocodiles? Question 3. Who locks away Rapunzel in Tangled? Question 4. When Ursula becomes a human, what is the name of her alter ego? Question 5. How is Scar related to Simba? Question 6. In 101 Dalmatians, who is the lady in black and white who is trying to make a coat out of puppies? Question 7. Who tries to steal the throne of Arendelle in the 2013 mega hit Frozen? And now, the answers to round 4. Question 1. Who claims to eat 5 dozen eggs every single day?
Gaston.
No one bites like Gaston. No one something's like Gaston.
Mom, it's no one shoots like Gaston. No one butes like Gaston. No. I don't know the words. That's like the only part that I know except for when the food talks.
The food talks.
La
foo. Gotcha, not the food. Gotcha. Question 2. Who is terrified of crocodiles?
Captain Hook.
And why was he so scared of crocodiles?
I have not watched the movie yet, so I have no clue whatsoever.
Because the crocodile bit his hand off, and that's why he has a hook. Because that's why he's scared
What was
of him.
his real name?
I don't know.
Before he got a hook and he named himself Hook.
Bruce?
Banner.
I don't know. Question 3. Who locks away Rapunzel in Tangled?
Mother Gothel.
Mother knows best.
I bet Rapunzel must stay in the tower and give her presents when it's Mother's Day.
Question 4. When Ursula becomes a human, what is the name of her alter ego?
Vanessa.
So do you remember that part? When Eric is about to fall in love and kiss Ariel, and Ursula gets nervous, so she turns herself into a woman who looks like Ariel and steals Ariel's voice and tries to trick him. And they almost get married. She almost does it. But then what happens? Remember, all the animals come and like the birds swoop in, and there's a starfish on her face, and the dog bites her in the backside, and
oh yeah, now I remember that.
they ruin the wedding.
I remember that now.
Question 5. How is Scar related to Simba?
It's his uncle.
And he's probably the worst uncle ever. Question 6. In 101 Dalmatians, who is the lady in black and white who is trying to make a coat out of puppies?
Cruella de Vil.
Cruella de Vil. That's a very menacing sounding
It
name.
literally has the word cruel.
Yeah. Cruella.
Cruella.
Question 7. Who tries to steal the throne of Arendelle in the movie Frozen?
Prince Hans.
Of the Southern Isles. How many brothers does he have?
11.
11. Was he the 12th brother?
I think so.
Yeah, that sounds about. Either he had 12 brothers or he was the 12th brother. That's a lot of kids. Do you want that many kids?
No, I already told you I wanted 3 kids.
Round 5. The category is food toppings. Question 1. What oat cereal do many people sprinkle on top of their yogurt? Question 2. What spice can you mix with sugar for a delicious topping on your toast? Question 3. What fluffy white items deliciously float on the top of a cup of hot chocolate? Question 4. What type of cheese is commonly put on top of a slice of pizza? Question 5. A baked potato is commonly topped with what 2 items? We will give you a point for each. Question 6. What brown, sticky liquid is commonly poured over a stack of pancakes? Question 7. What small, colorful confections are often used to decorate cookies, cupcakes, or donuts? And here are the answers to round 5. Question 1. What oat cereal do many people sprinkle on top of their yogurt?
Granola.
Do you do that? You eat a lot of yogurt. Do you sprinkle granola on the top?
I used to, but the good times have passed.
Not your thing anymore.
No, I like it. I just don't have granola.
Yeah,
so.
I haven't bought it lately. Question 2. What spice can you mix with sugar for a delicious topping on your toast?
Cinnamon.
You guys love cinnamon and sugar toast, don't you?
Yeah, me and Brooks, I think, but I don't think Ren.
Which is surprising because Ren is the one who likes candy and sugary things the most, but she doesn't eat cinnamon and sugar toast.
She's always like, I hate cinnamon.
Oh, yeah. Question 3. What fluffy white items deliciously float on the top of a cup of hot chocolate?
Marshmallows.
And you eat my marshmallows all the time, don't you? You're always sneaking marshmallows.
They're so good.
You're always sneaking them out of the pantry.
My favorite candy is Peeps. Can you blame me?
Question 4. What type of cheese is commonly put on top of a pizza?
Parmesan cheese.
And we'll also accept mozzarella because I didn't specify that this was a topping after the pizza was cooked. Because mozzarella is most of the time the actual cheese that you put on pizza. But Parmesan is the stuff you sprinkle on after the pizza's cooked. Question 5. A baked potato is commonly topped with what 2 items? We will give you a point for each.
Butter or sour cream?
But again, a baked potato is one of those things that you can kind of top with a lot of stuff. Salt and pepper would probably count.
Ketchup.
Bacon, chives, cheddar cheese. You can really decorate up a baked potato. So any of those things, you can give yourself a point for. Question 6. What brown sticky liquid is commonly poured over a stack of pancakes?
Syrup, also known as maple syrup.
You also put cinnamon and sugar on your pancakes too, don't you?
I like cinnamon and sugar on everything. Well, maybe not my french fries, but almost everything.
Question 7. What small, colorful confections are often used to decorate cookies, cupcakes, or donuts?
Sprinkles. There are some sprinkles that are really good. You could just eat them out of the cup. But then there are some that taste really bad.
Yeah, some of them aren't very good. Some of them are really hard or, don't taste very good. But most of the time, sprinkles, just delicious.
I am going to give sprinkles a thumbs up and a 99.9% rating.
And now the questions for the final exam. Now remember, you've already heard these questions in this episode, but these are the hardest ones we had. So use your memory and try to think back to what the answers were. Question 1. Which island is the only place that lemurs can be found?
Madagascar.
Question 2. When an important person or famous person arrives somewhere, there is a phrase about rolling out something red to welcome them. What kind of red thing is it?
A red carpet.
Question 3. In 101 Dalmatians, who is the lady in black and white who is trying to make a coat out of puppies?
Cruella de Vil.
Question 4. Who writes and illustrates the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books?
Jeff Kinney.
Question 5. What type of cheese is commonly put on top of pizza after it comes out of the oven?
Parmesan.
Question 6. A wide, teeth-bared grin is a signifier of what emotion in chimpanzees?
Fear.
Question 7. Which gemstone is the birthstone of the month of July and is well known for most commonly being red?
Ruby.
Thanks for helping us out tonight, Quinn.
No problem. Thank you.
Nice
for
to hear
getting
your
us all
voice.
started. Yep, you too.
Oh, and thank you for your delicious breakfast that you made me this morning for Mother's Day. What a
You're
treat.
Welcome. Happy Mother's Day, all you mothers out
Happy
there.
Mother's Day, all you awesome mothers. You guys keep the world running. I tell you what, being a mom is the hardest job, but it is the best job. So
You
thanks,
rock.
all you mothers.
You rock.
Thanks for helping me today, Renegade. Thanks for all your Diary of a Wimpy Kid knowledge. You knew a lot of stuff.
It's probably because I read the whole series.
Right. They're your favorites, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, thank you for helping. And thanks everybody for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Please follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Trivia for Kids Podcast. And if you have any ideas for questions or even an entire category, please email us at triviaforkidspodcast@gmail.com.